Howdy guys, welcome back to another one. I've got something really cool today, and let's just say it's the first of its kind on this channel. Let's get into it. All right guys, welcome back to another one. Like I said, I've got one. This is actually a first of its kind on this channel. And this isn't really my kind of knife style. I'm gonna open up with the 12 today. It's not really my style of knife, but it is a brand that I love and I support dearly. So I kind of felt like this was perfect. I mean, I really wanted to start collecting more of this brand. I was not expecting this model to become available. So when it did, like I said, I felt like I kind of had to jump on it. I don't really know if the member who did sell it to me wants to be put on video or on blast. I'm sure plenty of y'all who do watch these will know who it is. So I'll just leave it to y'all's imagination. But as you can tell, I got another carry development. And one of the last ones in his old packaging style, which is kind of cool. I already had one. I have two of the new ones, and I have them all stacked up. So I can stack this one up. Tim has a really cool cutting board display that he's gonna make for me that's coming. So here we go. All right, well now you're definitely gonna know who it was from, right? So Colt, thanks man. That's honestly so sweet of you. I was talking to him, my wife carries one of these every day on her keys, and he sent me another one. Colt, thank you so much, brother. I can't wait to show her this. She's going to be so pumped. And that means I get mine back now. I'll fix it and start carrying mine around. So, carried of sticker. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get into... All right, you see it first, the 10 neon, guys. So this is the first, well, it's number 2, Tim has the proto, but it's the first Balisong or Balisong. I don't know how you pronounce that correct. Bali is what everybody says. So 10 number 2 in Magna Cut at, what is that, 63.5, give or take half an HRC. Stonewash glass blasted titanium Bali. Has a leather sheath with the XX pocket clip. Was born 8/3, so just a little over a month ago. And Tim Allen, maker and quality control. Because you guys pecked with the wrong pigeon. I bet y'all didn't see that one coming. How about that? All right, get some of that back in there. Ooh, baby. That is slick. I really love that leather too. This was another big pusher for me is I just got the friction folder right not long ago, and it's pretty close color in green, both greens, so love that. Green is a big color, big favorite of mine. So let's zoom in, ready? All right. Maybe a bit much. Look at that. Wow, it's nice and tight in there. Look at the leather work here. Tim told me when we were talking one day that he actually he started doing leather work. It does show. He's really good at it. Very cool. All right, so I admittedly know nothing about Balisongs and how to use them, so I am going to be extremely careful while I play with this. Here, let's back you out a little bit. Let's see if I can, I'll try a little something, but, right, like, I'm also not trying to cut my fingers off. All right. I could be worse. All right, guys, I'm going to have to practice that. So, all right, let's get some measurements. Give me just a second. Get us zoomed in there. Sorry, there's some stuff all over this from the unboxing. All right. So let's go there. I'm going to tilt down just a little bit more, and then we're going to zoom in probably a bit more as well. Let's bring this down. Okay. All right, guys. So, like I said, first Balisong that I've ever owned, and I don't really plan on owning more, to be honest with you, but I love what Tim does. I love all of Tim's work. I would love to own one of everything that Tim makes, and having prototypes of his is really cool too. So number 2, I think I have I have a number 1 and 2 number 2s now, which is really cool. So overall length on this guy, this is long. It is at 8.5, cutting edge, just over 3, like 3 1/8. Blade length in general, will all the way back down to the tang, longer than 4, like 4 1/4, but right to where the actual where it meets the handle is 3.5. Handle is 5. So a long knife, guys. Like this is definitely a long knife. So let's get some comparisons in there. I know these are good for everybody. Some people love them, some don't, whatever, but it helps those that are really interested in these. So there's up against the 12, and then let's go up against another Cary Development, the Friction Folder. Obviously a much larger knife, guys. Like, just without saying, it is going to be a larger knife, okay? How about up against Oz Machine Co. Rosie and a PM Mac? Definitely bigger. It's a big knife. It's more of a showpiece for me, for sure. So how about up against the Tri-State Tri-Stash? And how about the ProTech Malibu? Wow, longer than that. That's pretty crazy. When it's bigger than the Tri-State Tri-Stash and the Mac, you know it's a big knife, no doubt. How about some Jack Wolf's, the After Hours, both modded by Knife Modders. After Hours and the Benny. This was the DLT 12 Days of Christmas Benny, one that I had just done on my own. Definitely longer than both of those. Really similar kind of blade profile though, with that really aggressive, almost kind of like reverse Tonto, but I think it's a sheep's foot is what he's classifying it as. So let's do some more popular models, and then we'll get into fixed blades, okay? So we're going to do the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock and the QSP Penguin. Yeah, definitely bigger than both of those. I don't think anybody expected any less. And then how about up against a little mini guy, the Baby Banter, and the, whoops, sorry guys, Petrified Fish, Baby Beluga. Yeah, definitely bigger. It's going to be bigger than every one of them, guys, except for maybe some of my fixed blades, right, which we're going to get into right now. So let's do a quick comparison against the other Cary Development in the group. The one. And how about up against one of Tim's really good buddies, Dustin's North Edge Tool Nomad. Cool. Let's go to Knives by Nuge Chickpea. And how about a T-Kel Piranha? Definitely going to be bigger than both of those by a long shot. And then let's get into the last few. Let's go to Jacob Creates, the Collusion with Jack Wolf, and the Vanguard Mary, just by Jacob Creates. All right, and then I think the last and not least will be up against these two here, right? So this is going to be the Legion Defense Solutions Snake Eater and the North Edge Tools Ghost. The Ghost is pretty close. So is the North Edge, or so is the Legion, the Snake Eater. Those are both close. There you go, guys. I mean, I'm not great with the Bali, so I'm going to have to practice and not chop my fingers off, but maybe I'll come back for another video. Maybe not. I'm really not sure. I don't know how much use this knife is really going to get, right? But it does sound pretty, it is pretty cool. See, I already caught the blade there once. Jeez. Yeah. All right, guys. Super pumped to have this in, man. This is going to be a cool one to add to the collection. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Peace.